What if she wants it?
And then he should correct her. Because a woman that wants sex with different men.
But what's the difference really between a man and a woman besides the private parts,
what's
right?
The difference? What you say?
What's really the difference, right? Besides anatomy, like what is the difference? We're both human, right? So if I want to have sex, I should be able to have sex when I want to have sex, and I shouldn't be labeled as anything because I'm a human being.
How would you define?
Shalom, I like to say Kahalayim, Wahawatla, Master Yahweh Hashem Yerushai, Bashem Kodash, double honors the apostles and elders of great milestone not real well. Peace and blessing to the acrimony will push us through to the four corners of the earth. Right, this brother Yaba. I came across this video. I say I'll do a small touch on it because this is a good example of the whore, what they call it, that great whore, which is America. You understand? There's the kind of mindset that they just train women to be in. You understand? Our women, and they just use women high in our women high in society to train the lower ones to be exactly like that, right? Just for a little fee, just for a little, a little paper dollar. So you'll see to have these women like Amber Ross. You'll see like to have this nonsense people as watch like Desperate Housewives and this Hip Hop Atlanta and that rubbish. You understand? These are just women that being paid to teach other women on a lesser level how to be whores, so that they could look up to them. You understand? All these celebrities and so forth, that's really what they get paid for, to portray that kind of whorish image so that younger jakes will follow them. Right? All this is just training and indoctrination. They're using these women to be able to teach other women to be wicked.
Personally define slut. How do you define it?
I define it as a derogatory word that men and women use against other women to put us down for our sexuality.
And so you want to take the shame out of that word so that when women do these things, they won't feel embarrassed by it?
But it's not about them doing these things. That's where that's where the mistake comes in, right? So you can be a virgin and be called a slut, right? Because it's really what people think about you. It doesn't matter actually what you do, right? So like if you're in high school and a boy goes and makes a rumor about you that you did this, that, and the third, it doesn't mean you actually did it.
Right.
I'll go Google that word, because apparently like she trying to use nice words to justify she actions. Up a slug, yes? So like, yeah. Slut, a woman who has many casual sex partners, right? Or like the scriptures refer to as playing the harlot. But she trying to make that appear like something normal. Like if a woman want to do something like that, then she normal for doing so. And she actually out on that TV show trying to promote things like that and trying to make women who do things like that feel comfortable about it. When really and truly, if somebody doing something that's against the scriptures, it's supposed to make them feel bad about it, in the sense where they had to understand that what they're doing is wrong and supposed to stop it. But she trying to make them feel okay about being wicked, because really and truly that is her job. That is what she gets paid for. A woman with low standards of cleanliness. That was funny. Right? So in other words, a woman who has played the harlot, who has have multiple sexual partners, when according to the scriptures, a woman not supposed to be like that. She's supposed to get a husband and be with her husband, and when her husband dies, then she could get another husband and so forth. But that is not what this woman teaching. She actually encouraging women and teaching them that wanting to have sex with multiple men is okay, and there's nothing wrong with you if you wanted to be that kind of person.
What people think you did. So now you're the school slut.
That's true.
So regardless, that's what I mean. You can be called a slut and not actually be a slut. It's just a derogatory word that people use to bully women, to put them down for what they either think they did or what they actually did.
So you call yourself a slut?
Yeah.
Do your parents know you're a slut?
Yep.
And what do they think about you being a slut?
They love my slutty ass. They love me.
So are they embarrassed to know?
And just the example that he gave There's a reason why a lot of women are like this today, because there's a generational teaching from since the times of the Willie Lynch and after. Women are taught by society and by parents, not in modern times especially, that being like that is okay, that you could be how you want to be, and if you choose to be like that, it's okay. They don't teach things according to the scriptures anymore. They don't teach children how to live according to the word. It's just according to your own desires, or as this satanic statement goes, do as thou wilt.
So that
Oh my God, no, they couldn't be more proud. I receive letters, DMs on Instagram and Twitter of, women that are like, Amber, you really give me the confidence. You help me realize that all the name calling, all the bullying, it doesn't mean anything. It's only because people are uncomfortable with me. And that's why, I embrace it more so. And I almost go far and beyond, like I'm extremely extra on purpose to prove a point.
Amazing. I read that your father and mother broke up or divorced when you were a little girl, right?
Yeah, I was 6 years old.
6 years old. And you and your mother were homeless for a while.
We were.
What was it like being homeless?
What was it like being homeless? I don't know. I was young, so it was like a long time ago.
Right.
So I guess if I was homeless when I was older, it probably would have affected me more, I feel like. But we got out of it, and now we're here.
You were close to your mother?
Very close, yeah.
And you have a brother. Are you close to your brother?
I have 2 brothers.
Oh, okay. Are you close to them?
I am, very.
And do they see you as a slut?
What definition of slut are you referring to?
The one you use.
Well, I don't really use slut as a word. That's what I'm trying to say. So, like, slut is not really, it's just a derogatory label that people use against me. So, like, I just like to piss people off by referring to myself as a slut. So if you're asking me, do my brothers look at me as someone that has sex with a lot of people, or?
Well, the fact that you're willing to wear that title, what do they think about it?
They think I'm changing the game, the culture, giving women confidence. Both of my brothers came to my slut walk.
Really?
Yeah, my mom comes to my slut walk every year. This year will be the 4th annual slut walk.
Here now.
And you'll see, this is one of the reasons that has made Babylon such a wicked place, because wickedness is promoted, it's esteemed, it's defended. You understand? It's not corrected. The scriptures say what? Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. All these people that you're seeing being wicked, they always have some simp or some wicked person defending their wickedness and making them feel okay about it. And that what has breed more wickedness. That is why you'll see even in Israel, when it is somebody did something wrong, especially worthy of death, if it wasn't worthy of death, you would punish them before others. Or if it was worthy of death, you would stone them before others. And that was so others could watch and learn and be afraid. And that fear will be instilled into them to not want to do the same thing. But in this society, when somebody do something wicked, they are defended. And they are publicly defended. You understand? That would encourage other wicked people in the opposite manner. Encouraging them to be wicked also. That way you'll see, like, even women in the Middle East and so forth who under heavy control and they can't really do much stuff, like they live more according to how the biblical standard was back then. Well, somewhat, in terms of like women have to listen to their husbands and so forth, and they don't have much privilege to say that they could go and do this or that without permission. You'll see women in those areas, they're starting to leave and go to America because they seeing these kind of women having that freedom, and they want to be like that also. They want to live where they could do what they want and nobody could tell them anything. You understand? That seeing that wickedness does encourage more wickedness.
Yes.
Okay. And how about your father? How does he feel about it?
My dad will come next year.
Really?
Be the 4th
Are you close to your father now?
I am.
So did you forgive him for abandoning you and your mother when you were...
He never abandoned us.
Oh, what happened?
Well, my father was in the military. And so what happened was that my mom got pregnant with me. And, my dad wasn't really on the right path in life.
Right.
and he decided to man up and join the
Fast forward this a little bit.
besides the body parts. I don't know. I don't really look at men as. What do you mean? What is a man?
Besides, close to your father now.
I've always been close to my
Right.
father. Yeah,
You love him.
I do.
What is a man?
What do you mean? What is a man?
Besides the body part, the physical part, what is a man?
A man is a human being. A man has emotions. A man, is besides the body parts. I don't know. I don't really look at men as any different, really, from women. Besides,
So you can see the era started with her even from young. Scripture say, "Well, train a child in the way that when they grow old, they should not depart from it." She was never taught how to look at a man. Society taught her how to look at a man because she admit to being a feminist. So she does view herself as equal to a man, or even worse, above a man. So she don't view a man as an authority figure, somebody that you have to listen to. You understand? That is her mindset. And she teaching her mindset to other women like a cancer.
part of part.
So you think emotionally and mentally, men and women are the same?
I think that men are taught not to be the same. I think that's where the problem lies, and I think that's why a lot of men let their pride get in the way when it comes to love and showing their emotions. That's why, as being a mother with my son Sebastian, if he's crying, I never let anyone say, like, "Boy, why are you crying? You a man up." And I ask him, "Baby, why are you crying? Why do you feel this way? It's okay to cry. Let it out. Tell me. Talk to me. Have communication with me." That's what a lot of men lack nowadays, is that they can't cry because they're a man. They can't feel emotions because they're a man. And it's really unfortunate because they internalize everything, and then they kind of explode when it becomes too much.
Women hate emotional men because they see and know that that's a weak. And I've had so many women tell me that if they're married to a man
this
who's
thing, I don't know how
emotional,
this thing ought to restart again.
or they're dating a guy, it's like a lesbian relationship. You have two women together. And so if being an emotional man is the right way for a man to be, why do women hate men who are that way?
I think women are taught that as well.
Really?
Yeah, babe, this is the thing. Society has taught us all these things of how we should be. Instead of saying, why don't you just be who you are? No one ever says that. You're not raised to be like, hey, be who you
But
are.
it's not natural for a man to be
Of
emotional
course
like
it
a woman.
is.
It's not that.
It's not
he's
like
not
a
born that
woman.
way.
No, it's not like a woman. He's a human being.
But not like a woman, though. A woman.
Jesse,
You do
babe.
agree that men are the head of women, right? Especially their wives and things like that.
I do not agree with that.
You have to agree with that.
No, I don't. I
Why
don't,
not?
Jesse. I
Why
don't.
don't you agree with that?
Because I don't think it's valid. I think that's what our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents, everybody that came before us, that's all they knew.
And you see the own certain questions you ask people, the own mouth does tell what kind of spirit they have. Just by the answer she gave, you could tell that she not for what the scriptures say, the righteousness of the scriptures. She down for what society taught her. You understand? And she herself said people follow what society taught. But this society is what actually taught women to be in the state of mind that she is. And she telling herself that she being free, not knowing that is indoctrination. The scripture I had just now, Matthew 15 verse 14, it say, "Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch." So this woman who they put up here, you understand, Amberos, and it have many others like her in many different places who does be training women to be like whores and to be okay with it. And it have men who does be teaching men to be feminine and all these different things. Because the scriptures say what? Men supposed to show themselves as men. Scripture also say that the head of a woman is a man. And they are against that because they are for Babylon.
But this is what they taught us and instilled in us. That's why women are like, oh, I gotta let a man be a man. I gotta be submissive. I gotta, I can't make too much money because then he's gonna feel inferior. or I can't be too strong because then he's going to be feel
But normal
inferior.
women, though, real women don't think that way. Those are the
What is a
feminists.
real woman?
Those are the feminist women who think that way.
But what's a real
let me
woman?
a real woman is a woman who knows her place. She loves being a woman. She's not.
Is this happening right now?
She's not in competition with a man because she loves being a woman. And she loves a man who is a man. She's not in competition with him. That's a real woman. But you have these feminist women who are jealous of masculinity and they want to kill it. They want to. You agree with that, right?
I feel like you're trolling me right now.
What does that mean?
I feel like you're like saying things to like get a rise out of me.
Oh no, when I was going.
So you could see that, you could tell what kind of spirit that she have. She had one of those wicked female spirits who like to be in competition with men. You understand? Who think themselves to be equal to men, and all these different things. You could see it by she characteristic, by just how she operate. But they are not equal. They are not equal to men according to the scriptures.
Oh, like
When I was growing up,
that's-
boys were boys and men were men. And women and men understood their positions in life as a man and as a woman. And you had order, for the most part, in the earth. But then that
But
changed.
did we? Did we have order?
We did. And then that changed, and then men became weak, and women went out of control.
But why can't we control because we have vaginas? Is
I
that
said
what
they
it is?
went out of control.
Okay.
Because,
Okay, fine. What is out of control? Getting jobs, being business women?
no,
Because what happens is that when we are strong and we are business women and we make our own money and we honestly, all we need is sperm to have a baby. We don't really need a man anymore, right? So what happens is that men feel inferior and
So you heard it yourself. That is the mindset that Esau push. You understand? You don't need to get married. Even though the scriptures say he would rather the young women marry, have their children, be guiders of the house and so forth. These are the things that Babylon does teach, that you don't need a husband. You could just get your degree, get a nice paying job, and you could be your own woman. And if you do get a husband, he has to do whatever you want, and he has to deal with whatever attitude that you have because you're a strong woman, and that's just how strong women act. You understand? All these things they show you that these are the teachings of Babylon. And for the women who follow these teachings on up to the end, they will be destroyed if they don't repent faith. You understand? They just part of that juice. That juice that wine of fornication that the people are drunk on, especially majority of all women. Say they Jeremiah 51 verse 7, they say Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and right now you can see that she drunk because through she's spiritual characteristics you can tell she's probably a Jake, but you can tell she's a wicked Jake. She don't want to hear nothing about the scriptures. She don't want to know nothing about righteousness. She just want to do whatever pleasing to her, and those are the ones that the Lord are coming back to destroy. Right now she drunk as hell. As the scripture say, what, they stagger but not with strong drink. Right now she's staggering. It say the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. You understand? So right now she drunk. She can't tell up from down right now. That's the state of mind she's spiriting. She can't tell up from down. She don't know right from wrong right now. All the indoctrination that she got. You understand? And that is what they love. Because that is what comforting to them. That is what pleasing to them. That is what allow them to do whatever they feel like. And whenever they feel like doing it. They want to have the privilege to be able to sleep with multiple men and be okay about it. And have nobody tell them anything about it. Hate correction. Right? I hope it was edifying. With that, I say shalom.